TJ, TA, and he said it was a different feeling, even though the run defense wasn't where you wanted it to be. It was a different feeling with the Jets than it was against the Ravens at the end of last year. What was different, and do you feel like you're closer to a solution, even though you didn't get the results you wanted?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like although we let up some big runs, some significant runs in the football game, which you never want to do. I think there's 5 or 6 plus 10-yard runs, which you never want to have. To be able to come out of the game with a win made film a little bit better. But it wasn't a fun film to study as a defensive player for that game, but it also allowed us to have a lot of good tape, to be able to make some really good adjustments and have a really good week of practice.
How is what Seattle does in the run game different than what the Jets did?
I don't know. I think it's a lot of perimeter run, but they can also gas you inside. I think they use the fullback a lot more than most teams. I think they have 2 fullbacks on their active roster, which is rare in today's day and age. But I feel like they have a very big commitment to the run game, and they'll go under center a decent amount. The Jets were in gun a little bit more than we feel like these guys are under center. But it'll be a challenge for us.
TJ, what's the impact of potentially getting Nick back, and where have you seen him grow in this offseason that we're going to see different this year?
Yeah, it'll be really nice to have him back, just to be able to take a little bit more plays off if I can here or there, and be able to make more impact, to be able to have Herb out there. I think more than anything, it's just confidence, just being able to have, I think it's his 3rd year now, to be able to have those 2 years under his belt, have a good offseason training, have a good camp, to be out there and just let it loose on Sunday.
Cam was pretty open around a long time, of course, open about Jalen, like out of his way to say those hits, even when in the first half, which didn't necessarily win always one of them conclusions of the game. But is there a tangible to that mindset of like what he did, those type of hits, juice up a defense, or sort of pretend how you want to play?
I think there's definitely truth to tone-setting plays, and I think that just the way that he's practiced since he's been here has been tone-setting in itself. But to be able to make those big impact plays, those big hits and big moments, to be able to get the juices flowing, no doubt. I mean, football is a huge momentum game, and big hits like that definitely swing the momentum in your favor.
How eager are you guys, TJ, to show what this unit can be? I'm guessing you'd want better than.
Very, yeah, but we can't rush the process either. We can't try to change everything at once. We just need to play sound football and trust in each and every guy, trust in the scheme, and everything will take care of itself from there. We don't want to try to do too much and get ourselves in a deeper hole.
Is that where it gets in trouble, where guys get out of gaps trying to make a play?
It definitely can. Obviously, when you're getting run on like that, it's not just one thing. It's a multitude of different things. But I feel like the way that we brought up in the 4th quarter and were able to stop the bleeding per se, and is something you can definitely hang your hat on and be proud of. But it's going to be another tough challenge this week, and we'll find out soon if we've corrected them or not.
Do you think they'll try to get the rookie QB in there at all to try to take advantage of those RPOs? I know the 3rd rounder.
I mean, they did last week for, I think it was just one play. They did a little bit in the preseason, something that you have to prepare for, but you never know how much of it you're going to see.
Excited to get some new guys on the defense, their first real taste of action in the environment there.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny, people are always so shocked at how well Steeler Nation travels, and I'm very fortunate to just kind of expect it now, even though I shouldn't do that. But to be able to have the atmosphere that we're going to have on Sunday, I already am very confident it's going to be an incredible atmosphere. I'm just really looking forward to it.
Hey guys, trying to make sure Kenny G doesn't keep me forced fumble leads long.
Yeah, that would be ideal. Yeah, to see him wearing a shirt around here, I'm sure after tomorrow.
Thanks, TJ.
Yeah.
How much do things change for you guys if Joey got going this month?
It changed a little bit. That's how I'm gonna get you, brother.
How much does your versatility, Jabril's versatility, you have just a lot of versatile guys in the secondary, come in handy in a week like this when you don't have Deshaun and Joey's kind of up in the air?
Yeah, we would like to think that it's a plus for us. It helps. Yeah, we just have to excel in whatever role that we have this week.
Jalen, what is the impact of not having Elliott? And how have you seen Thornhill fill into that type of role, especially mid-game in the last game?
Yeah, I thought not only Juan but Chuck, they both did a good job coming in and filling in when Deshaun went out. Obviously, you like to have all of your guys out there, so, we definitely want them to get healthy soon. But I got a lot of confidence in the other 2 guys to step in, or 3, or whoever's going to be out there. So yeah.
John, every time I see you out there in the middle of a dust up or a ruckus, there's a smile on your face. How much do you enjoy that part of the game and what you bring to the table in that area?
It's fun. That's all I don't know. That's all I can really say about that. It's fun. It's a part of the game, keeping the game of football fierce and competitive. Yeah, just a part of it.
You always played that way?
I have. Yeah.
Jalen, do you feel like this defense is at its best when it's most aggressive?
Yeah, I think that not just this defense. I think that's for any defense in the NFL. I think when you are able to play aggressive, it works in your favor. But obviously, you have to meet the aggression with the right execution and things like that. So that's what we're looking to do a little bit better this week than we did last week.
That fierce attitude that you said you have, do you feel like that's something that guys across the secondary have? Is that a common kind of character trait that everybody has?
You would hope that defensive guys have, some sense of that, in their mindset and their characteristics, just a little bit at least. But everybody expresses things differently. Some people may seem more calm, but they may just solely let their pads do the talking. Some people do both. Some people talk, and it is what it is.
Some guys seem to express some displeasure with how the defense played. Just thought you guys could have been better or executed better, whatever. How eager are you to sort of get past that, show with this unit? You really do.
Yeah, that's why it is a blessing to have a new day every day and a new week. And, I would hope that guys would not be pleased with giving up 30
You have
points.
you have a lot of experience playing the Seahawks. How weird is it to get ready for this game not having DK playing for them and having him in your locker room?
Different, for sure. It is different, especially for me because, every time I play the Seahawks, it's been a matchup game with DK. So he's not there anymore. He's with us, obviously, so it's definitely different. But they have a couple guys, kind of a committee of guys that they use. That's all I'm giving you.
First home game for you here as a Steeler. Have you heard about the whole Renegade tradition and how the defense gets hyped up for that and playing in front of the home crowd?
Yeah, I've heard a little bit about it, but I'll just embrace that part of the journey when it gets here on Sunday, and hopefully I'll be amped up anyway and focused anyway.
All right, thanks.
God bless y'all.
Steelers Nation Wire, let's dive right into what might be one of the boldest proclamations we've heard in years. Wide receiver DK Metcalf, fresh off his Steelers debut, has set the tone for the 2025 season with a statement that echoes across Pittsburgh and the entire NFL. After the Steelers' nail-biting 34-32 win over the New York Jets in Week 1, Metcalf didn't hold back when asked about expectations. He said, "It's difficult not to go into a season with a lot of confidence, looking at your schedule and not thinking you are going to go 17-0. Now let's pause right there. Metcalf isn't just talking about winning games. He's talking about chasing perfection, something only the 1972 Miami Dolphins have ever achieved. Is it realistic? Probably not, but let's not miss the point here. What Metcalf is really saying is that this team is entering the season with the mentality that they can beat anyone, anywhere, anytime. And for Steelers fans who have endured nearly a decade without a playoff win, that's the kind of swagger and belief that changes the culture of a locker room. Think about the significance of this statement coming from DK Metcalf. This isn't just a star wide receiver flexing his muscles. This is a player who left Seattle, a team that drafted him and helped mold him into one of the league's most feared deep threats, to join the Steelers and immediately buy into what Mike Tomlin and this organization are building. He's not here to just collect catches and stats. He's here to chase greatness and set a new standard for Pittsburgh's offense. In Week 1, we already saw what this offense can do. Aaron Rodgers threw 4 touchdowns, spread the ball around to 6 different receivers, and looked like the leader Steelers fans have been desperate to see since Ben Roethlisberger retired. Calvin Austin III stepped up with a strong performance, and of course, Metcalf himself showed that he's more than ready to be the WR1 this team has been missing. But what really stands out is the chemistry. This wasn't Rodgers forcing the ball into tight windows or the offense relying on one or two guys. This was a balanced attack, something that's been missing for years in Pittsburgh. Now let's be honest, the defense had its struggles against the Jets. Allowing 32 points to Justin Fields and a Jets team that's still trying to find its footing is not what you want to see. They gave up 182 rushing yards, and Mike Tomlin made it clear that this has to change, especially with Kenneth Walker III and Zach Charbonnet waiting in Week 2 when Seattle comes to town. But here's the good news. The Steelers already know where they need to improve. Rookie Yahya Black is expected to get more snaps to help plug those run gaps. And with veterans like TJ Watt and Cam Hayward leading the way, there's no doubt this unit will bounce back. Now let's not overlook the bigger picture here. Pittsburgh's schedule is no cakewalk. After Seattle, they travel to face the New England Patriots, who are young and scrappy, but not yet polished. Then comes the first major test of the season, a Week 4 showdown in Ireland against the Minnesota Vikings. J.J. McCarthy looks strong in Week 1, and that Vikings roster is stacked. After that, it's the gauntlet of AFC North battles, plus showdowns against the Bills, Packers, Lions, and Chargers. Every one of those games is going to demand the very best from this Steelers team. And yet, here we are with DK Metcalf talking about 17-0. And you know what? I love it, because it's not about the actual number. It's about the mindset. It's about saying, we're not just here to sneak into the playoffs. We're here to dominate. We're here to bring the Lombardi back to Pittsburgh. And that's exactly the kind of leadership this franchise has been waiting for. Metcalf's confidence mirrors the identity that Mike Tomlin has instilled for nearly a decade. Tomlin has never had a losing season, and he's constantly found ways to keep the Steelers competitive even when the talent wasn't there. Now, with Rodgers under center, Metcalf leading the receiving corps, and a defense stacked with playmakers, the pieces are finally in place to make a legitimate Super Bowl run. Steelers Nation, let me put it this way. This is the most hope, the most energy, and the most fire we've seen around this team in years. And it's not just talk anymore. It's showing up on the field. Rodgers is proving he still has gas left in the tank. Metcalf is showing that he's ready to carry the load. Austin is proving that he belongs as WR2, and the defense, even with its Week 1 issues, has the talent to tighten things up and return to being one of the league's most feared units. So here's my question for you. Do you buy into DK Metcalf's confidence? Do you believe this team can finally end the playoff drought and push for a Super Bowl this season? I want to hear from you in the comments. Do you think this team has what it takes to go the distance, or do you think the road ahead is too tough? If you're feeling the excitement like I am, hit that like button, subscribe to Steelers Nation Wire, and join the conversation. This season is shaping up to be something special, and we're going to be here every step of the way, breaking it down and riding the highs and lows with Steelers Nation. Because, make no mistake about it, this isn't just another season. This is the year where the Steelers prove that the black and gold standard still means chasing championships. And with DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers, and Mike Tomlin leading the charge, Pittsburgh is ready to remind the NFL who they are. Steelers Nation, the journey is just beginning. Are you ready?